What's up, YouTube? Today we have a knife. Oh, that would have been cooler if it was like that. We have a knife from Queen. We're gonna check her out. This looks pretty good, actually. There's a little gap there. The only thing I could really see was there's shields. Some can sometimes be hard, but that's a pretty big gap. Anyway, I really like this piece. Saw it on All About Pocket Knives. I ended up, it was like selling for 60. I sent it off for 50 and it worked out. But some stuff that maybe it's indicative of why. So we look at first and foremost, and someone put a ridiculous edge on this D2 steel. It's D2, by the way. Let me see if I can get it in. There we are. So it's in D2 steel, and I get that sometimes people then, they're like, all right, we're going to put on a real steep angle, maybe like, 14 or something. I don't know. All of my angles are 22 degrees. I don't see the reason to go lower. But anyway, and in doing so, because you can see initially it wasn't like that, or maybe I can and you can, but you can see there was an initial bevel for this edge and it wasn't as steep, and then they put it on some kind of grinder, or maybe it was a KME and that's why this is scratched up. When you use like anything clamped, this can happen kind of. This could also be storage marks. They said it was never used. This is going to be user for me, so none of this is a big deal. But see how the nose is snubbed? And I don't think it's a re-grind in like in like a total sense. Because although, I just don't think that the tip would look like this if it were something totally redone. So anyway, it's got a snubbed nose, as you can see right there. And it's a little thick behind the edge. Also, this didn't get evenly done. So this isn't the sliciest blade. It's really not. I do like it a lot. It also has a pen blade. It is pinchable fairly easily, and the snap, although it's really snappy, it's an authoritative sound. The snap is a springy, I would say 3 or 4, but not in a bad, weak way. And in a way, I'm really glad I got this. Like I said, it's going to be a user, and I got it because of the walnut right here. So walnut wood handle covers. And they look pretty good to me anyway. And I like wood on a knife. So pretty decently made. I mean, there are some things that I really don't think that this has been used, though. I don't think it, they had to reprofile the tip because they dropped it. I guess this is a number 40. There's just some stuff like this gap I don't really care about. This annoying, I would say. Love the wood. I love the action on it too, actually. I like that it's pinchable. And so on snub nose tips, or blunt tips, you could say snub tips, I guess. What I do like about this style of a tip is that you can absolutely bear down on something you're cutting and not worry about snapping off a super fine tip. But you won't be digging out any splinters with this. But also, like I said, again, probably, I keep saying it, this is going to be an EDC knife. Just because it looks cool, the action feels cool to me, and I'm kind of picky about that kind of thing. I like how pinchable this blade is without being feeling like soft or anything. It's a super rad piece, but there are the little idiosyncrasies of oh, this is snubbed, or I don't know. Keep your eye out for these. Stuff like this just randomly floating around, especially in the days coming where you might miss 3 or 4 GEC drops in a row because you say, have a job. Because even an office job, there's meetings, right? You're going to miss some of these things. And I would definitely keep an eye out for opportunities to pick up pieces like this that, although are collectible, certainly are kind of like how I use and carry my French knives very often, although lately it's been the GEC 88 with the spade shield, black micarta. This is something you can carry and use, and as long as you don't abuse it or beat the hell out of it, you could probably, like, say you use it for 6 months as a light user, you could sell this for what you bought it for, I bet, because $50 for this is a great price. But I'm not saying just for this knife specifically, like keep your eye open for this knife. I'm saying keep your eye open for opportunities to pick up pieces that you're like, oh, that's cool. Like I could carry that. It's not super perfect, so it's not going to be like $200 or something even higher. But I'm gonna enjoy this piece. I'm trying to enjoy my cutlery a little bit more, like the really nice stuff. And although this isn't like superb, it's definitely a very nice piece, especially because of the wood. That's about all she wrote for this one. Have a great rest of your day, folks. Bye now.